Welcome to Doubt Forum. The question is, on a frictionless surface, a block of mass capital M moving at the velocity of v collides elastically with another block of same mass m which is initially at rest. After a collision, the first block moves at an angle theta to its initial direction and has a speed of v by 3. The second block's speed after the collision is. So as per the question, there are two blocks. Suppose this is a block. This block is moving suppose in this direction with a velocity v. Initial velocity of the block is v. The mass is given as m. At the same time, there's another block of mass m which is at stationary. So this block is not moving. So the initial velocity for this block is 0. Now what happens? These two blocks are lying on a frictionless surface. This block number 1 is moving towards the block number 2, and this moving block hits the stationary block, and after hitting, what happens? This stationary block starts moving at an angle of theta with its initial direction. So because this was the initial direction, suppose, which is in line with this arrow, now what happens? This block starts moving with an angle of theta. So this yellow block will start in this direction, and this angle is theta. The mass is m still. And what happens after the collision? The speed or the velocity of this block becomes v by 3. Initial velocity was v, and after collision with this stationary block, the velocity becomes v by 3. Now question says, what will be the velocity of or the speed of this stationary block after the collision? So we have to find out the speed of the stationary block after the collision, as the collision is completely elastic in nature. So what we can do, we can simply apply the law of conservation of mechanical energy. So when we apply law of conservation of mechanical energy, it means the total mechanical energy of an isolated system is always conserved, because the motion is happening only along a horizontal path and no height or no change in height is happening. So that this mechanical energy, which is equal to the potential energy plus kinetic energy. Here the potential energy is a variable dependent on height, while the kinetic energy is dependent on the velocity. As we can see, before the collision and after the collision, height is not changing. It means the potential energy of the whole system before collision and after collision will remain same. So we will not take the potential energy into account. Only the speed is changing. So what we will do, we will just write that the kinetic energy before collision will be equal to kinetic energy after the collision. So before collision, what is happening? This block is moving with a velocity of v. So before collision, the kinetic energy of the system will be half m into v square, plus the kinetic energy of this stationary block will be 0, because the block before the collision was at rest. So the kinetic energy of this second block would be 0. After the collision, what is happening? This block, which earlier was moving with velocity v, starts moving with velocity v by 3. So the kinetic energy after collision of this block would be half times m into v by 3 square, plus this stationary block would have also attained a certain speed. So we have to find that speed. Suppose the speed at which this block starts moving after the collision is x. X is the speed at which this stationary block starts moving. So the kinetic energy of this stationary block after the collision would be half mass, which is m, into x square. Now what we can do, half m and half m gets cancelled. So what we will get? We will get v square is equals to v square divided by 9 plus x square. Or from here, x square would be v square minus v square upon 9. So from here, x square would be 8 by 9 v square. From here, we can get x is equals to 2 by 3 root 2 into v. So that's the answer. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.